Today we're going to be watching a cheating Neon. We'll get started in just a moment. And it is a pretty interesting watch, but more importantly, a pretty interesting discussion, because the MMR of the lobby is Ascendant Immortal, but they are all playing a Swift play, which brings the question up, why is someone cheating in a Swift play? And we actually get an answer, and I think it's going to end up surprising you. What ended up happening is around 4 rounds in, they're like, okay, I'm pretty sure this Neon's hacking. So what they did is they just decide to, try to make themselves lose. Even though it's just a Swift play, it's more about the principle. We can see the Jets holding an Immortal buddy. So again, not low ELO by any chance. And then this happens.
Oh my god.
Double headshot right there. I wonder if they sort of toggle it on and off. And then the reports start coming through because obviously they're not really hiding it anymore.
Oh, this is crazy.
And that's pretty much all I've watched up till now. The rest I'm spectating with you guys sort of live during a video. Maybe some pauses here just so I can increase the audio of the video itself. You can see that the best thing they're doing is automatically like, yo, let's spectate. Let's spectate this cheater.
Do you want to spectate Neon Jet?
Yes, heading to the above.
He is hacking like this. It's like...
Yeah, I'm just recording it so I can send it.
At some points I'm gonna be quiet because I actually just want to watch, see what they're saying.
Also, like, I know you're hacking, but like, look up a bit. You're looking at the floor, like you're sweeping the floor while hacking. Like, that's shameful.
Pulling them in.
Fuck.
Oh.
I do like that she's trying to disrespect the cheater as much as possible, since that's really all they deserve. Let's be real here. Anyways, unfortunately, they couldn't get themselves to die in spawn, so she decides to go ahead and run it down, which is probably the next best thing. You can already see Neon actually secured a kill. She does a little bit of a jump, gets the kill, and now we get to spectate the Neon. Alright. Okay. It's so shit. Oh, the ult comes in. Instant lock. Oh my. Yeah, of course, she knows Sky's there. No. That was actually all professional play. She just kept track of where everyone is so she could quickly jump and kill this guy on her right-hand side. My goodness. And what I mentioned earlier, Swift play. Swift play. Why are you hacking in a Swift play? That is crazy. To some extent, it's actually good. Not someone's rank game or RR being lost. Like, for everyone here, they can spectate, report, get them banned, move on. But I still don't understand why they're cheating.
I'm surprised he's not already banned. I had a cheater in my game the other day and it got banned.
Yeah, no, hang on. Thing is, this is really weird. This is the third time this week I've come across a cheater. Like, I had one in my comp game. Actually, no, I think I've had two in my comp game because they were just pre-firing us the moment we spawned in. I had one in the Swift. I couldn't tell who it was. It was just a ban screen.
And you can quickly notice at the bottom, the cheater sends them a friend request. Like, what's the point? What is the goal here?
I got sent a friend request. Bye. The cheater.
I don't understand what cheaters get out of it. That's the one thing. Like, in this case, not even someone trying to rank up without getting banned and then stop cheating. Like, they're just cheating in a Swift play, so there must be some sort of, like, weird satisfaction or I don't know. I'm not too sure. But what you will realize, in this case, the Neon died. And that's something else to reiterate. Cheaters tend to be the worst players mechanically. Like, they actually just suck. Some of the worst players in any game end up being the cheaters. And even if they had a chance to be a decent player, the minute they cheat, they're throwing all their any habits out the window, and they're just gonna only ever know how to play with cheats, completely compromising themselves, maybe even across multiple games, since they're just gonna suck all the time. Oh, they're typing. I get paid. Why have cheats?
They said, oh, they get paid. I advertise it.
Oh my god. It's one of these? It's one of those people who just... It's one of those people who just...
That's a new patch fucked it up. Wait, hang on. It made a cheat. No way.
They cheat a lot
because ban card is easy to bypass.
Sure. Nah, this is cap. This guy's just straight lying.
Wait, no. So I'm gonna send this to her. Fuck that person. I don't care if they're trusting me. If they didn't fix it, it would become like CS.
That's just lying. This guy's just straight lying. Or, since he's just getting paid to advertise it, he's being lied to by the cheaters, the ones who actually created it. He's not getting real information. That's the thing. I think he's just being used. In the world of cheats, there's a lot of money to be had, and I'm gonna say right now, he says, but right now the bypass is way too easy. Bro, we've got a discussion to be had right now. We definitely do, especially after we finish this game. Okay, the biggest thing to note is there's only one thing that the cheat developers care about, which is that it's not bannable right away. But overall, they don't care if you're banned in 1 to 2 days. They already got your money. That's the thing. There's a lot of low-level cheats that are just, they spend more money basically giving it to people like this Neon to get footage that they can use to advertise across TikTok, YouTube, etc. more than anything else. That's what they spend more money on than they do the actual programming part, because all they want to do is basically, oh my god, dude, all they want to do is basically get you to buy it after you see it in action. That's all they want. That's all they care about. However, with that being, I mean, look, he's like 19 and 3. With that being said, you can see here, it's an instant, like, it's an auto lock bot, right? It just immediately locking between everyone. Those are the easiest to ban, and they are the quickest to be found through Vanguard, no matter what people tell you. The more obvious the cheat, the quicker they are caught by Vanguard. It doesn't matter what people say. Even if the cheating company not only paid him, but gave him that account to throw away, it doesn't matter because he's going to end up being hardware banned. And he's likely never going to be able to play Valorant again. I ended up rambling for a while, but I think that right now it's not the best way to explain it. So instead, I actually have a different video, which is why Vanguard will win the war against hackers. I did a much deeper dive into it, and there's a lot of nitty gritty. But instead, I'm going to take just a section of that video, and I want to show it to you guys because it's a bold claim to say that like someone like him will just never play Valorant again. So I'm going to explain why someone like him will never play Valorant again, even if they have spoofers, even if they have a pretty expensive setup with high-end gear that actually costs a lot of money because they're physical hardware. But let me play you this part of a previous video I made that further explains why it's GG well played for people like him. Now, the best part about Vanguard is as it gets updated, it can search for any of these devices and ban the user the minute they are detected. What's even crazier is every time there's a new DMA card or a KM box, fuser, etc., Riot will obtain these and have them implemented into Vanguard in order to detect them. This means every time there's an update like that, there are massive ban waves of cheaters. But that's the key takeaway here. Vanguard keeps improving. It's not an automated system that can magically solve all of our problems. It's a tool that Riot uses against cheaters. But never mistaken the amount of work that's going on behind the scenes. Let's have some fun here. You can actually search cheating forums and continuously see frustrated hackers getting their expensive hardware and countless hours of softwares banned. So the proof is in the pudding when we look over on the cheating side of things. One cheater here referring to Riot as anti-fun company, targeting rogue DMA devices. Or better yet, here we can see an entire forum of people trying to keep track on what they can buy and what still works. Yet, even within the comments, people argue on what's being detected or not. As Riot seeps into these very forums, they wreak havoc by banning what the cheaters believe are safe. But we can get a little bit more direct. Here we can see a legit public service announcement within the forum that all cheats are detected, and a public service announcement to not even buy any spoofers because they don't work anymore. Within the forum, comments of people commending anyone who's even still trying to cheat because of just how hard the battle has become for them. This next one might be my favorite. A forum just completely stating that Valorant cheats are dead. And what's funny is at a public level, all cheats online are versions of one another. Plenty of hackers buy someone else's code, possibly changing it up a bit and then creating a new SKU of that cheat, and then they try to sell it themselves. But still, the same problem persists. Riot gets their hand on any one of these SKUs, strengthens Vanguard, and the next ban wave has the entire thing purged across the board. So it's for these reasons that it's always going to be a losing battle. And it's always interesting for me to spectate these cheaters because I have a lot of confidence that in the long run, no matter what, they're banned, they lose, they most likely will never play the game ever again. And that is, there's some solace to that, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. Now, of course, there's a lot more detail, there's a lot more back and forth. It is a true constant war between Riot and the cheaters. There are a lot of things that they have have to deal with, where the cheaters have the upper hand and then they take it down, etc. So that's why, again, watching my video, like completely private cheats, that's a different topic. And I have a personal interview with someone who is working to stop them, partnered with Riot Games. So again, if you want more detail, the best way is to just watch the full video. But either way, we spectated Neon and we developed a conversation around it. I know it's not just a basic React video, so if anyone clicked just for a basic React video, they didn't get too much out of this. But oh well, I wanted to make it either way. Thanks for watching.